Moses has been asked by God to confront Pharaoh and to ask for the release of the Israelites. He knew that Pharaoh wouldn't be keen, because why would he give away his slaves, his cheap labor force? But what really destroys Moses' confidence is that it's also the Israelites who won't even do what he says. Reading from Exodus 6, verses 6 to 12, it says, "Therefore," it's God speaking, "say to the Israelites, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians. I will free you from being slaves to them, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I will take you as my own people, and I will be your God. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God, who brought you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians. And I will bring you to the land I swore with uplifted hand to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. I will give it to you as a possession. I am the Lord." Moses reported this to the Israelites, but they did not listen to him because of their discouragement and harsh labor. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let the Israelites go out of his country." But Moses said to the Lord, "If the Israelites will not listen to me, why would Pharaoh listen to me, since I speak with faltering lips?" This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Despite all his doubts and hesitations, Moses does actually approach Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's response is as expected, a definite no ways. Moses warns him and says that if he doesn't let them go, God's going to find ways to convince him. And so God sends 10 plagues for each of the times that Pharaoh refuses Moses' request to let God's people go. And the plagues are pretty intense. The first is that all the water in Egypt turned to blood, whether it was in buckets or in the Nile River. The next thing was that the land was overcome with frogs, then gnats, which I might call muggies or little insects, then flies, then the Egyptians' livestock were all affected, and then everyone there was covered in boils. Then the land is covered in hail and all the crops are destroyed. Next up there are locusts, followed by a time of darkness, and then 10th and finally, every firstborn child and animal in every Egyptian family dies. It was this last one that was so devastating that Pharaoh agreed to let all of the Israelites go. Moses demonstrates a huge amount of perseverance as he keeps approaching the ruler of Egypt. In your life, exams are coming. We might feel like we want to give up halfway through. We can't. We need to develop our resilience, our grit, and push on as we go. Imagine if Moses had just given up and said it was too hard. Imagine if he'd stopped at the 9th request, just short of the 10th, which would change Pharaoh's mind. You have to keep going. You have to push on. God has heard our cry for help. He will give us the strength that we need to see it through right to the end, to finish strong.